Hello everyone, welcome back again. So in the continuation of our communication series, we have been doing the oral communication. So in the second part of our oral communication, we are going to start advantages of oral communication. So students, first of all, it is very much important to know the advantages of oral communication. As you know very well that whenever you are communicating orally, these advantages you can just feel it, right? So it will be very much easier for you to make a comparison between the advantages and the disadvantages of oral communication, and you can frame your answers very well according to them. So here I am going to explain a very general advantages that definitely I'm sure that you will feel or you must be feeling whenever you communicate orally. Right, just feel the thing and just see that whatever you are feeling, is it correct or not regarding the advantages of oral communication. So the very first advantage of oral communication is saying that I am again highlighting this part. I hope it is very much clear to everyone. So the first foremost advantage of oral communication is that messages can be transmitted quickly. So it is very much understandable as well as we feel it that whenever we communicate orally, and whatever the information we are intended to impart to the other party, it just transmitted in a jiff, in a moment, right? Understanding, in a moment we transfer any kind of information to the other entity. If we compare to the written communication, we will feel that for the written communication we need a lot of preparation, lot of material. Suppose we have to select the correct form of words, as well as we have to assume what we are going to write, how we are going to place the things. There are so many things in the preparation for the written communication. But if we compare the written communication with the oral communication, we will found that we just need a collection of thoughts, a correct idea, as well as an objective to be delivered to the other person. That's it, right? And it gets more easier when we are communicating the other person physically. We do not take a lot of preparation as well as a lot of material to be used for the impartation of the any kind of communication if we are doing it orally, right? If we talk about the virtual communication of oral, then it is also very much easier as well as cheap in the comparison of the written communication. So the very first point is saying all that. I hope you also feel about the oral communication the same scenario. Second point is saying that instant feedback. This is again the most important as well as the most, what we can say, like it is very much necessary to have a good communication, you know, that it is feedback. So here we are getting a very quick feedback in the very instant feedback in the oral communication. If we are communicating orally, just suppose if I and you are talking physically, as well as we both are present at the same time and be attentive at the same time, and whatever you are asking to me, there is no any kind of channels, right? Only you and me. You have any query, you just raise it, and if I know the answer, if I know the correct solution, I might be telling you, right? If I don't, then I also tell you that right now I don't know about that, but in later on I'm going to come back with the topic to you, right? So means to say that the if we compare again to the written communication, we will found out that we are getting instant feedback in the which media, in the oral communication, right? So this is the beauty of the oral communication, that you don't have to wait for such a long time. You just get instant answer, instant feedback. See, here the feedback is nothing about that you are going to get only the positive feedback. Feedback here it means that feedback means that something you are going to get, either it is in your favor or it is not in your favor, right? But there is something that the other entity is going to answer you. All right. And the third point is saying that more effective when used with the non-verbal communication. I hope you remember very well that as I told you, you in earlier videos, that always remember that any kind of communication is always complemented with the non-verbal communication. So here the meaning of complemented means enhancement. Your oral communication get more emphasis, your oral communication get more enhanced, more beautified, more specific when you use your oral communication with the non-verbal communication. So whatever you are delivering orally to the other entity, your body language is saying the same, right? So this is the thing about the non-verbal communication, that it always complements whatever you are delivering. Complements means strengthen, or you can understand like this way, that non-verbal communication is going to help you out in each and every scenario of your communication, as well as it gets more effective when you use correct body language, physical gestures, right? And the next point is saying that saves times and money. And if we compare the oral communication to the written communication again, then we will found that it already save a lot of time in the comparison of the written communication, as well as money. So the medias of the oral communication are quite cheap in the comparison of the written communication, and we also need to do a very less effort for communicating orally in comparison to the written mode of communication. Next one is very much important, as you know that nowadays your social relationship is all the core, is the basic core of your development. Either you have to develop personally, or you have to develop professionally, right? So what is going to be helpful, see, communication is the backbone of each and everything whatever we are pursuing in this world right now, right? So if we just categorize or just filtered it out, we found that it helps full in building social relationship. So oral communication, if your oral communication, if you are verbally very much good, you know how to behave with others, you know how to talk with others, you have a very good selection of words and phrases, you know your correct attitude and behavior, how to present before others, you know how to deal others, you know how to tackle the circumstances around it, right? So all these things, see, mostly you know that mostly whatever the work we have assigned, whatever the work we are going to do, as well as the major part is of the oral communication. We build our social relationship, we build our personal relationship, we build our interpersonal, intrapersonal relationship on the basis of oral communication. As you know that each and everything we do not jot it down, right? We just communicate verbally. So it shows your etiquettes and manners. Etiquettes and manners also comes under the verbal communication. If you filtered it out, we will found that the oral communication is always very much helpful if you wanted to strengthen your social relationship, if you wanted to maintain your social background in the society, if you wanted that you would be recognized with your thoughts, you would be recognized with your voice, you would be recognized with your attitude to tackle different kinds of situation, then definitely oral communication is going to help you out. And the last one is very much beautiful about this oral communication, is that it is very much flexible in nature. If I'm saying that flexible in nature, it means that whatever the above points are given here, just because of this, means there is the there are several kinds of advantages of this oral communication that I just discussed you right now. So these advantages makes the communication of oral more flexible, right? That is why it has the elasticity, that it just mold its shape, mold its position according to the scenario. It just fitted in each and every scenarios, each and every circumstances, right? If I compare to the written communication, so written communication is less flexible than the oral communication, because oral communication gives us the freedom to speak our heart out, to elaborate things how much we wanted to, right? So it gives a lot of freedom to express ourselves. See, expression is the basic quality of a good communication. If we are going to have this power of expression, a lot of power of expression, means how much logical we can think, how much things we can elaborate with our own thoughts. So this power has the beauty of this oral communication. But in the written communication, we are restricted with the word limits, as well as we are restricted with the different kinds of medias of written communication. Understanding? So we can summarize it that the flexibility of oral communication is far much better than in the written communication. So these above points which I have given here are making the oral communication more flexible in nature. So students, this is all about the advantages of oral communication. I hope it helps you to make understand the concept of oral communication. So in the continuation of our next video, we are going to start with the disadvantages of oral communication. So thank you so much for listening. If you found this video helpful, please let me know if you have any kind of problem. So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you so much, dear students.